Stingy Jack and the Devil, adapted and read by Sterling Wolfe. Once, long ago on the Irish moors, there was a man named Stingy Jack. He was a very clever but very stingy man, finding new ways to cheat people into paying for his things and feeding into his drinking habits. One day, the devil came down to his little village and told him it was his time to go, and the devil was here to collect his soul. He said, "Okay, I'll go, but first I want to go to the bar, have one last drink before I burn for eternity." The devil, feeling nice that night, went to the bar with him and got drinks together. When time came to pay the tab, he told the devil he had no money and asked him to turn into a coin to pay the bill. The devil obliged, but soon as he did, Jack put a silver cross next to the devil and trapped him. "Leave me alone for a year, and don't even think about trying to come collect my soul, and I'll let you go." The devil obliged, having no choice, and Jack took the cross and let him go. For a year, he was never bothered, but the moment a year had passed, the devil came marching right back up in front of his family and told Jack that he had to go with him. "I would go," he said, "but I'm collecting some fruit for my dear daughter here. If you can get it for me, I'll find a way to repay you for that little coin thing, yeah?" The devil was suspicious, but obliged, climbing up the tree to grab the fruit, and Jack put a cross right under the tree, trapping the devil in the branches. "Leave me alone for another 10 years, and don't even think about trying to come collect my soul, and I'll let you go." The devil obliged, much more irritated now, and left the moment that cross was gone. The third time, after a long decade of peace, the devil came by a third time and grabbed Jack by the arm and said, "Listen here, I'm done playing these games. I'm taking you to hell and I'm throwing you in the hottest fire I've got." And that Stingy Jack said, "I'll go with you, but I can't see the way. If you take the form of a fire on the stick, I'll be able to find my way there." The devil, knowing his trick, said he wouldn't do it unless Jack showed him every coat, every pocket, and cleared the inside of his boots to prove he had no crosses. When he did, the devil turned into a fire and jumped on the stick, only for Jack to pull out a knife and carve a cross into it. And he said, "Listen here, devil, leave me be for good, and I'll let you off this stick." The devil agreed, and he crossed the cross out with the knife and let him run off. Now Jack survived a few more decades before he got taken out by his alcoholism, and when he stepped up to those pearly gates, he was expecting them to open for the man who tricked the devil thrice. But they didn't, and when he asked God why he couldn't go in, he said it was because of all his cheating and the drinking and the deals with the devil, and nobody like that could step into God's kingdom. So he went and finally marched down to the devil's land, hanging his head, only for him to be dragged out by the devil himself. "Listen here," the devil said. "We made a deal that I never bother you, and I don't claim your soul, and I hold to a deal." Jack didn't have time to ask where he'd be before he was thrown out of hell into a garden, with a single hot coal coming with him. With nowhere to return to, doomed to live his afterlife on the moors of Ireland, he picked up a turnip and hollowed it out, putting the coal inside so he wouldn't burn himself. Light in hand, he wandered the land, and when the locals happened to spot him, they'd always whisper about him, about that old Jack-o'-the-lantern.